Keenan Shanholtz here, West Virginia Land and Home Realty at the property located at 2099 Sedan School Road in Augusta, West Virginia. And I'll just walk you through this place frame by frame. It's a lot to take in here. But as you can see, there's the house. It's got a detached garage. And right here is North River. And where I'm standing at here is basically the ending point of Sedan School Road. And you can see the gate down in the distance there for the driveway up to the house. But this is the end of the line here for maximum privacy. So you're located at the dead end of Sedan School Road. Years ago, this road used to go over and connect on to Route 29, which this property actually goes across Route 29 over there at one spot and runs down along Route 29. But flood washed that ford out years and years ago. So just kind of where I'm standing at. The property goes up Sedan School Road just about as far as you can see. It goes around a bend there to the left, and that's where it starts, and then basically comes down the center of the road, you know, here to about my truck. And you can see that's an old church building over there. It's no longer in use. But and then basically from the end of the road, it shoots over here to the river. And there's different spots. I think right here it actually goes over. You own both sides of the river here. And down where it's parallel with 29, you own both sides of the river there for a long ways. Because the property actually goes across the river to Route 29. So, but just check this out. It's a beautiful spot right here. You got just about 3,000 feet of frontage on North River here. The river makes a split right here, as you can see. There's a little island right here in front of me. But, I mean, this property has an absolute ton of river frontage. Like I said, it's just about 3,000 feet, maybe just a little bit short of that. But I'm all the way at where the river frontage is going to start. So I'm right at the head of where the river frontage begins. The church here, we're doing some survey work, so the church is going to have a little bit of river frontage here. But, and of course the river's flowing this direction. But this will be a good little snapshot for now. Now the house is in the flood zone according to the FEMA maps. It's obviously been there a long time. The current owners bought this property, I think around 2000, and remodeled that house there and lived in it for quite some time. And I'll take a video there at the house, but if you're borrowing money on this thing, you will have to carry flood insurance. It's possible to do an elevation certificate on this thing, and maybe it's really not in. Because North River, I believe, is what's called a non-studied area. So basically, when you look at the flood maps, I believe for North River, it's just a guess from FEMA as opposed to having hard data on the actual flood zone. Keenan Shanholtz here again, West Virginia Land and Home Realty at 2099 Sedan School Road in Augusta, West Virginia. I'll just do a video of the outside of the house now. We'll go inside here in a bit. But just check it out here. Like I said, the owners remodeled this house and put a good bit of money into it. I don't know, maybe 15 years ago, and they lived here for quite some time, and then built another house here across the road up on the hill. But they did have the pool put in here. So the pool, it's not that old, really. I mean, maybe 15 years old or so, but it definitely needs a new liner. I'd say this thing, I don't know what the size of it is. It's not very big. It's probably the smallest rectangular shaped size you can get, but the cover caved in, is sunk in the pool there. But this thing definitely needs some attention, but it's not that old. So as you can see, there's the pump system for the pool there to the left. But you could take a dip in the river, or you can take a dip in the pool. Now, if you're looking at some of the aerial photos, there used to be a barn that sat right there to the right of the pump house, it was falling down, so the owner tore it down. But that's the pump house over there for the well and everything. And you can see there's actually a frost-free hydrant out in the field there, and then one up there by the pump house. But there's 37.5 unrestricted acres here. So as you're looking in this bottom, it actually wraps around more to the left. And of course the river goes down and makes a big bend down there. And maybe you could see the car going over there on the other side. That's Route 29 over there. And the property goes over there. It's across 29 at one point, but basically it runs the center line of 29, which is the road between Route 50. It goes through Delray to Rye, West Virginia. And let me get you so you can see. Let me zoom in here. So if you see the fence posts up there kind of at the top of the hill, that's the property line up that way. And then the neighbors over there have quite a bit of acreage. It's maybe a 400 or 500 acre farm there. But currently, there's a guy that farms this. Basically, he just takes the hay off of it. That's the arrangement that the owner has with the guy. He just comes and takes the hay off of this. And of course, that allows you to keep the property in farm class and whatnot when it's being farmed. And this would make a fantastic property for a campground. I know a lot of folks out there, I get calls all the time for people wanting to put a campground in somewhere. Well, you got about 3,000 foot of river frontage here, plus the electricity is running right through the field here. So the electric's here. The electric actually runs parallel with the river on this side of it, and then turns and comes right up here to the house. So a campground setup, I mean, gee whiz, it probably couldn't be any easier than what this would be in terms of the infrastructure and layout. Or it'd make an excellent farm. You know, you want to grow vegetables, raise cattle, horses, whatever. This is fertile bottomland soil. And just look at the views you got from here. I mean, you're looking into the mountain this way. This is the North River Valley here. It's gorgeous. And North River's a year-round body of water. It's not super big. I mean, in the summertime, it can certainly get pretty low. But you can see the river there from where I'm standing. This is just a little slice of heaven back in here. You cannot find stuff like this anymore. I mean, they practically don't exist. But I'll do a video in the house and everything, and then maybe at a couple other spots here along the river frontage. I couldn't help myself. I just had to take a video here from the front porch of the house. But just think about this. You could sit on the front porch of your house, watch and listen to the river, look out at the mountains, and don't worry a bit about any cars going by or anybody bothering you. This is just great. Keenan Shanholtz here again, West Virginia Land and Home Realty. Just want to take you inside the house here, located at 2099 Sedan School Road. As you can see, you know, when the owners remodeled this, they put vinyl siding on it. It's got vinyl replacement windows. So when you walk in, this is kind of like a dining area, I guess, here. And there's a hookup for a washer and dryer, kind of like right over here. And then, of course, you got your kitchen. Nice hardwood floors, you know, here in the house. And this used to be a bedroom that they converted into a big bathroom here on the main level. You know, and then, of course, there's a big closet also here. So, you know, if you really were crammed for space, there's room enough to put a bed in here and make it like an on-level suite. And take you in here to the living room area. If I had the blinds up, there's a lot of natural light that comes in this house. It's about 1,530 couple square foot, roughly here above grade. I'll take you upstairs here. Got 2 bedrooms and a bath up here. Bedroom 1. It has a big closet. Nice big closet. Real big closet goes back in. There's so many eaves in these houses for storage. Same with this room here. It also has a big walk-in, big, huge closet. And I'll show you the bathroom here. There's even a big, big storage area in here. So you got sink, tub, and shower bath upstairs. So 2 bedrooms, 2 baths, possibly 3 bedrooms if you want to turn that into just a ensuite down there on the main level. And it has central heat and air. They upgraded that when they were doing the renovations. You'll see there's 2 compressors outside. I think there might only be AC upstairs because of course the heat's going to rise. But this furnace down here is propane. You can see the gas line right there. And I mean, I think it's a heat pump with propane backups, what it is. Of course, you got your water, there's a water treatment system there, hot water heater. And as you can see, all the paint, they waterproofed this basement. That's something they did when they got it. And, you know, you got just another big room down here with a laundry sink and a urinal down here. So, and it's got, this is the old heavy built. You can see the joist there or whatever. That's just some paint on there is what that is. But it's got the big heavy floor joists in it, rough cut. I mean, the stuff was built to last a lifetime. So that concludes the interior tour. Keenan Shanholtz here again, West Virginia Land and Home Realty on the 2099 Sedan School Road property in Augusta, West Virginia. 37.5 unrestricted acres. And what I want to point out in this video is, you know, maybe you're not crazy about that house down there. Maybe you have a family member that needs it, you know, relatives, whatever. Well, if you want to build another house here on this property, what a spot this is. I'm up here on this knoll, which is out of the floodplain, obviously. And you can see the cars going by down there on 29 off in the distance. But what a spot this is. You can see the fence post right there. That's the property line in that direction, which is probably about 100 yards from where I'm standing. But just look at this. You can see down the valley both ways. I'm sure when the leaves are off the trees, you could probably see the river from here in certain places. But right there is electric. I mean, super easy spot to build an additional home here on this property if you wanted to. Isn't that pretty? I'll zoom in on the house here. Just look at it. Pan you around one more time. My Lord, that's pretty. Keenan Shanholtz here again, West Virginia Land and Home Realty on the 2099 Sedan School Road property. What I wanted to point out, I'm down here at the bottom edge of the field. And when I made a comment in one of my earlier videos about how this would just set up perfect for a campground, look at the electricity. The electricity runs parallel with all your river frontage and then turns and cuts up and runs up to the house that way. So in terms, and of course the river's right here, and 29 is right over there, but I mean, you could not draw up a better scenario for a campground than this. Keenan Shanholtz here, West Virginia Land and Home Realty on the 2099 Sedan School Road property in Augusta, West Virginia. And I'm pretty much towards the far downriver end of your river frontage. And this is just a really long stretch through here. And as you can see, I'm up to my boots as it is. I can't get out here in the middle to get a better shot for you. But I'll show you up through here. it's just a big, long, straight run up through here for a long ways. And like I said, this place has got about 3,000 feet of river frontage. And of course, North River has smallmouth in it, largemouth, sunfish. They stock it with trout upriver from here in Rio. Maybe you can see a car going by right there. It's Route 29. Property goes up to the Hard Cap Road. So you own both sides of the river here. But like I said, when I talked about campground or whatever, I know I've said that a million times in this video, but the bank's a little steep right here. So if you had campers up here, it trellises up another level yet. But I mean, the water would have to get incredibly high to ever crest the bank right here, much less crest up to the next level where, you know, you'd have a camper or what have you. So just wanted to point that out. Keenan Shanholtz here again. 2099 Sedan School Road property. I wanted to take another shot of the river here where I could get out in it and stand in it a little bit better. But I'm, you know, just down from where the big turn is in the river. You know, maybe about 200 yards up there is where the turn is, but just look how gorgeous this is. I mean, this is really, really super pretty. And the bank down here along the river is just lined with humongous poplar trees on both sides. Of course, there's a guardrail up here along 29, but this will be my last video here. I think you get the idea how pretty this place is.